Okay, so we have already completed talks on the basic instructions. Okay, so today we'll turn our attention to a new topic. So some yogis still, I find, still do not really understand clearly uh, what exactly is it that we are doing here, practicing this Vipassana meditation. So maybe you have heard from your friends who encourage you, come here, practice Vipassana meditation. Vipassana meditation is good for you. Okay? So when you hear this, when you heard that, maybe out of faith, you decided to come here, to give it a try. Mm. But having come here and received the basic instruction, uh, and you started to practice. Okay, after practicing for some time, then you may start to wonder, what is all this about? Uh, All this noting, rising, falling, sitting, touching, lifting, pushing, placing. This why meditate on this all these daily activities. What's the purpose of all this? Hmm. Why do we practice like this? And what has all this got to do with the Buddha's teaching? So what is Vipassana meditation really? Mm. If the yogis to diligently put effort to follow, to put into practice the meditation instruction, then with some extra guidance during the interview. uh, So after some time, mm, you start to make progress in your practice. You start to develop mindfulness, concentration, clear knowledge. Mm. So you practice like this, and you start to make progress in your practice. Usually, such question will not bother you so much. When you start to make progress in your practice, this question usually uh, answered by itself through the experience that you develop in your practice. Mm. 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 Then you'll be very happy to continue your practice. Okay? You don't have all this question bothering your mind, all these doubts. Mm. And you may continue to practice for weeks, for months. Okay? Mm. That is provided you continue to make progress. Right? Mm. If you do not, however, right, if you do not practice diligently, you do not make effort to follow the basic instruction, uh, and then you may not make progress. uh, And so you do not make progress after some time. Such question will start to arise in your mind and disturb the mind. What you start to question? uh, What am I doing here? Buddha's teaching. Should the practice be this difficult? You have such question. And so such doubts start to arise in the mind. And the mind, when doubt arises, the mind starts to shake, starts to waver. Okay? Then you become very miserable, staying in this center. You become restless. You may even think of leaving. Some yogis also, because you do not know clearly uh, the goal of the practice. Why are we practicing uh, Vipassana meditation? What is it that we are trying to achieve here? Uh, So when you do not know the goal of the practice, uh, your practice has no clear direction. Then when you practice like aimlessly. Okay? So it's like they say it rudderless boat, boat without any rudder. You cannot steer it properly. Okay? So when you practice aimlessly, uh, usually you will not exert enough effort to work hard in order to achieve the goal of the practice. Because you're not clear about the purpose of the practice or even how to achieve it. Okay? So today, beginning from today, we will try to answer some of these questions so that hopefully, with more knowledge, hopefully, you'll be able to practice with more clarity, with more confidence, with uh, clear aim, with deliberate purpose. So the first question asked is, what is Vipassana? So what is Vipassana? Not what is Vipassana meditation, but what is Vipassana first? Okay. Mm. So Vipassana usually translated into English as insight. Okay? So insight is a kind of uh, wisdom, okay? Clarity of mind. Okay? Mm. So, but if you were to translate Vipassana more literally, it would be something like seeing clearly, okay? Or clear seeing. So that is what Vipassana. That's Vipassana. Okay? So the noun, asana, and then you add the prefix vi, you get Vipassana. Okay? So pasana means seeing. Mhm. Seeing here does not mean seeing with the eyes. Seeing with the mind. When we meditate, we see with the mind. uh, Seeing or discerning. Okay? Mm. Then you add the prefix vi uh, to asana, to seeing. So vi is it serves a function of intensifying the meaning of seeing. Okay? So not just seeing, not just an ordinary seeing, but seeing clearly, seeing thoroughly, seeing deeply. Okay? So vipassana means clear or thorough or deep seeing. Okay? Mm. So it refers to the clear discernment of the true nature of reality. Okay? So in the sutta, it is often, vipassana is often described simply as uh, yata bhutam pajanati, discerning things clearly uh, as they are, uh, as they really are. Mhm. Yeah, so vipassana means seeing clearly nature as it really is. Mhm. So when the yogis continuously make effort to mindfully take note of each sense experiences that arises each moment, So you make effort to not seeing, hearing, smelling, and so on. Okay. So not each sense experiences that arise, which is what they are doing here. When you're not rising, falling, sitting, touching, and so on. You're noting sense experiences. Okay. So rising, falling is experienced through the body door. Okay. Because in the beginning we practice mostly kaya nupassana. Okay. So contemplation of the body. So we contemplate the experiences mostly that arise through the body door. So you make effort. When you make effort to mindfully take note of each sense experience that arise each moment. You make effort like this, not moment to moment, continuously. Okay? After some time, the mind gradually develop this focus, awareness on the continuous series of experiences, sense experiences. Mm. So with continuous focus awareness, the mind will become, for a period of time, pure and free from all impurities, such as lobha, dosa, moha, greed, hatred, delusion, that usually uh, clouds the mind, that disturbs the mind, that causes the mind to be unable to see clearly the true nature of the sense experiences. Okay? Mm. Mm. So when the mind has developed this focus awareness on the sense experiences, the mind becomes freed from these disturbances, from the defilements, and the mind will be able to discern clearly true nature of the sense experience moment to moment. Every moment when you know, the mind able to discern clearly the true nature of these experiences. Mm. So Vipassana meditation. So what the yogi is working towards is the yogi is working to free the mind from this mental defilements, mm, and so that the mind will be able to discern clearly the true nature of the sense experiences as they really are. Okay. So we mentioned earlier that Vipassana means a clear discernment of the true nature of reality as they are. Mm. So, next question. What is this reality that we are talking about? Huh? So Vipassana discerns the true nature of reality. What is this reality? Mm. Mm. So this reality refers to what in the Buddha's teaching is called the five aggregates. Mm. Mm. So, mm, so what are the five aggregates? So I think most of you should already know what are the five aggregates. So the five aggregates. The first one is Rupa Kanda, the material aggregates. So the material aggregates are what you're contemplating mostly in your practice. So those physical qualities, hardness, softness, roughness, smoothness, heat, cold, tightness, tension, support, uh, pressure, and so on. All these are material qualities. They come under the material aggregates. So also objects like the sound, like colors, smell, taste, and so on. This also comes under material aggregates, rupa kanda. Mm. Then there's vedana kanda. aggregates of feeling. Feeling simply means uh, uh, experience of pleasantness, experience of unpleasantness, or experience of neutralness, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Okay? That's Vedana, feeling. Mm, mm. Then Sanya Kanda, aggregates of perception. Okay? So perception, you can understand this simply as the mental state that recognizes. Okay? So when you, for example, when you see, you recognize, the mind recognize, oh, this is red, this is blue, this is yellow, uh, this is a person, this is a man, this is a woman. So you recognize, okay? This is a chair, this is a table. uh, mm. So when you practice Vipassana also, uh, the mind recognizes at the level of ultimate reality. You recognize this hotness, this softness, this heat, this cold, this pressure, tightness. The mind recognizes this is the noting, this is knowing, this is attention, and so on and so forth. The mind recognizes this is sanya. Then the sankhara khanda, aggregates of, you can say, mental formations. So mental formation, you can understand this as uh, mental activities, various mental activities led by Chaitana or volition. Okay? Mm. So when you experience the object, there are various mental activities going on in the mind in order to experience the object. Okay? So volition. So Chaitana, it views the mind to go and experience the object. There's attention, manasikara, turns towards the object. As vitaka, apply on the object. Vichara, sustain on the object, and so on. All these mental activities comes under this sankhara khanda, uh, volitional formation. And lastly, there is the vijnana khanda, aggregates of consciousness. Consciousness simply means the quality of knowing. Okay? So whenever you experience an object, so the mind knows the object. That knowing, that quality of knowing, that is the consciousness. Mm. Mm. So, so reality here refers to these five aggregates. Mm. 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 So where do you find these five aggregates? You find it within ourselves. Okay? Actually, we are five aggregates. Okay? Each one of us uh, is a bundle of the five aggregates. Okay? So I'm a bundle of five aggregates. You are a bundle of five aggregates. She is a bundle of five aggregates. Every one of us is a bundle of five aggregates. Okay? Mm. So the five aggregates is actually mm, the constituents of our existence itself. Okay? So when we talk about existence, what is existence actually? So existence simply is actually a continuous series of momentary sense experiences. Mm, So you say that you exist. Okay? So what does it mean? You exist every day. So what do you experience every day? So throughout the day, okay, what do you experience? You experience seeing, now you see, now you hear, and now you smell, taste, touch, uh, uh, and so on. Okay? So it's a series of momentary, yeah. sense experiences, right? That goes on and on and on. Right? So as yogis, you experience this very directly in your practice. Okay? So you're noting continuously, rising, 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 falling, 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 sitting, sitting, touching, touching, walking, meditation, lifting, lifting, pushing, pushing, placing, placing, sometimes thinking, thinking, sometimes hearing, sometimes smelling, uh, seeing. So you're moment to moment, you're noting sense experiences. This is the existence itself that you're noting, the process of your existence going on. Right? Mm. So, so existence simply is this continuous series of momentary sense experiences. Okay? It's a process consisting of the series of momentary sense experiences. Okay? Mm. So, and each moment of these sense experiences, each moment of seeing, of hearing, smelling, and so on, uh, is made up, this experience, each moment is made up of the five aggregates. Mm. Mm. So, take for example, experience of seeing. Okay? So, when you see, you're not seeing, seeing, seeing. And you're noting the experience of seeing. So, what is the experience made up of? Okay? What constitute that experience? Right? So, you know clearly, you will be able to experience this by yourself. Okay? So, first there is the visible object. Okay? So, which is actually colors. Uh, You see colors. So what is color? Color is materiality, rupa. So it comes under rupa kanda. Mm. And then there's also the eye. Mm. So in the Buddha's teaching, I talk about the eye. Uh, in the experience of seeing, the eye does not refer to the entire eye. Okay? So it refers to the sensitive part of the eye. uh, and the part of the eye that is sensitive to the color. So inside, we know today, due to our scientific knowledge, we know in the retina, uh, there's this materiality that's sensitive to colors, that can respond to colors. Okay? In the Buddha's teaching, this is called Chakupasada, the eye sensitivity. Okay? So the eye refers to the eye sensitivity. Okay? That is involved in the experience of seeing. Without that, you cannot see. Okay? And so that eye sensitivity also comes under Rupa Kanda. It's a matter of materiality, sensitive materiality, the Sada Rupa. Okay? Mm. So, so when there's a visible object and then there's the eye sensitivity. Okay? So when the visible object, the colors, impinges on the eye sensitivity, then the eye consciousness, Chaku Vinyana, eye consciousness arises. Okay? Mm. So that consciousness knows object that is seen. It experiences the color. It sees the color. Okay? Mm. So this eye consciousness, of course, comes under Vijnana Kanda, the aggregate of consciousness. Okay? And together with the consciousness, also you experience when you see the objects, depending on the object, you may experience pleasantness or unpleasantness or neutralness. Okay? That is Vedana Kanda. Okay? And then you also, the mind also recognizes the object. uh, we recognize the blue, red, yellow, and so on. Or it recognizes on a more conceptual level. This is a person, this is so and so. So it recognizes that is sanya, sanya kanda. Okay? Mm. So at the moment when you see also, so there's a volition to see the object, the intention to see, yeah? And the attention turning towards the object, paying attention. Okay? That's uh, vitaka, applying the mind on the object, vichara, sustaining the mind on the object. And that's viriya, that energizes the mind to know the object, and so on. Okay? So all these are sankhara kanda. So at the moment of seeing itself, the experience of seeing is constituted of the five aggregates. Okay? Consists of the five aggregates. Okay? And not just experience of seeing. So experience, every sense experiences, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and even all the experiences in the mind. Okay? All this consists of the five aggregates. Uh, Five aggregates. There's a lot of things. Okay? So when we practice Vipassana meditation, we want things to be as simple as possible. Okay? But five aggregates, there's a lot of things can be very complex. So so how to simplify it? You can actually simplify the five aggregates. You simplify it actually, there's only two things. Okay? There's nama and rupa, or nama, rupa, dhamma. Okay? Dhamma means nature. uh, So nama, dhamma means mental nature. Rupa, dhamma means physical nature. Okay? Mm. So physical nature, rupa, dhamma, physical nature. Softness, heat, cold, and so on. And so this, uh, uh, there's only one aggregates under this. That is the, okay? Then the other sanya, sankhara, vijnana, all mental nature. Only two things. It's only rising, falling, rising. You may notice the tightness or the pressure. These are rupa, uh, rupa dhamma, material nature. Mm. Or you may notice the noting, the mind noting. So this comes under nama dhamma. Or you may notice the knowing mind, knowing the object. All this also comes under nama. So only mental, physical nature. If you simplify it. Okay. So in Vipassana meditation, what we are doing is we are meditating, we are contemplating the six sense experiences. Okay? So we are contemplating this six sense experiences that consists of this mental, physical nature. Okay? Mm. So we contemplate this six sense experiences continuously, moment to moment. You make effort. So after a while, when the mind develops, it develops mindfulness, concentration, and mind becomes clear, freed from all the mental impurities, freed from greed, hatred, delusion, freed from the hindrances. And then the mind will be able to discern clearly the true nature of this mental physical nature in each moment of sense experiences. And so Vipassana means the clear discernment of the true nature of reality. And so we have already answered now what is this reality? It's the five aggregates or the mental physical nature that constitute our sense experiences, each moment of sense experiences. Mm. But we say here, nature of reality. Okay? So what is this nature of reality that is discerned through Vipassana? Mm. So this nature of reality refers to mm, what Buddhas, the Buddha constantly described in the suttas as anicca, dukkha, anatta, impermanent, suffering, and non-self. Right? Mm. So, so vipassana is that insight, the wisdom that discerns clearly this nature of impermanent, suffering, and non-self. So when the mind is clear, is freed from the mental defilements, the true nature of this mental and physical constituents of our experiences. This nature of impermanence, suffering, non-self can be discerned clearly by the mind through this vipassana insight. Mm. Mm. So uh, later during this retreat, I'm sure we'll be able to talk more about uh, this nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. So, but right now, what you should know simply is that vipassana is that clear or deep discernment of the nature of anicca, dukkha, anatta, of the nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. Okay? In fact, this is actually the definition of vipassana given in the commentary. So the commentary it says uh, anicca divasena vividehi akarehi dhamme pasatiti vipassana. Okay, so there's a definition of vipassana. Vipassana means that which sees or discern the dhammas. Dhamma here means nature. Nama rupa dhamma, mental, physical nature. Okay? So vipassana is that which discerns the mental, physical nature in various ways, such as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so now that you know what is vipassana, that which discerns clearly nature of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay? So, uh, so now you can also answer the question that is often asked. uh, uh, did the Buddha teach vipassana? Mm. So often yogis ask, because there are many, some teachers nowadays say that Buddha did not teach vipassana. So now you know what is vipassana. Vipassana is that wisdom, the insight that discerns clearly nature of anicca, dukkha, anatta. You can answer. What, did the Buddha teach vipassana? Where in the sutta did the Buddha teach vipassana? Uh, It's actually everywhere in the sutta, right? Every time the Buddha talk about anicca, dukkha, anatta, and the Buddha talk about anicca, dukkha, anatta everywhere in the suttas, right? So at that time, Buddha is talking about vipassana. Right? Mm, mm. Okay, so And one last thing is, so now you know what is Vipassana, then we will also know what is Vipassana meditation, okay, or Vipassana bhavana. Okay? So Vipassana, bhavana means developing, right? Mm. It's often translated as meditation. eh? So, but literally it means developing, developing or cultivating the mind. Okay? So, therefore, Vipassana bhavana or Vipassana meditation refers to this meditative practice or meditative development through which the yogi cultivate and develop vipassana insight. Okay? Mm. So through the method of satipatthana, okay? That means by noting continuously, relentlessly, noting precisely, moment to moment to moment, noting energetically, the method of satipatthana. So through this method of satipatthana, the yogi is able to bring the mind to a state of temporary purity of mind called samadhi. Okay? And so in the case of Vipassana yogi, it means anika samadhi, momentary concentration. Okay? Mm. And in that state of samadhi, and the mind is free from all disturbances due to the mental defilements. Okay? So the mind has clarity to discern the true nature, the mental physical phenomena uh, as they are, uh, as they really are, the nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. uh. So by keeping the mind constantly in this state of pure, clear discernment, moment to moment to moment, so this insight into impermanent suffering and non-self is able to develop deeper and deeper and deeper as the yogi progresses through the higher and higher stages of insight. So this is Vipassana Bhavana or Vipassana meditation. Okay? Mm. The practice of developing and cultivating insight through the method of Satipatthana that the Buddha taught. Mm. Mm. So then what is the purpose of practicing Vipassana meditation? So, in short, is to realize complete uh, cessation of suffering, complete liberation from suffering. Okay? So, this we will talk about more in the next talk when we relate uh, Vipassana and Vipassana meditation to the Buddha's teaching on the Four Noble Truths. We stop here today.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.